Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are. In the world, we're doing the nighttime devotion from the devotional Maranatha. The title today, When the Loud Cry Sounds. Romans 13:11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The end is near, stealing upon us stealthily, imperceptibly, like the noiseless approach of a thief in the night. May the Lord grant that we shall no longer sleep as do others, but that we shall watch and be sober. The truth is soon to triumph gloriously, and all who now choose to be laborers together with God will triumph with it. The time is short, the night soon cometh, when no man can work. The time is coming when there will be as many converted in a day as there were on the day of Pentecost, after the disciples had received the Holy Spirit. Many have let the gospel invitation go unheeded. They have been tested and tried, but mountainous obstacles have seemed to loom up before their faces, blocking their onward march. Through faith, perseverance, and courage, many will surmount these obstructions and walk out into the glorious light. Almost unconsciously, barriers have been erected in the straight and narrow way. Stones of stumbling have been placed in the path. These will be rolled away. The safeguards which false shepherds have thrown around their flocks will become as naught. Thousands will step out into the light, work to spread the light. Heavenly intelligences will combine with the human agencies. Thus encouraged, the church will indeed arise and shine, throwing all her sanctified energies into the contest. Thus, the design of God is accomplished. The lost pearls are recovered. During the loud cry, the church, aided by the providential interpositions of her exalted Lord, will diffuse the knowledge of salvation so abundantly that light will be communicated to every city and town. The, the earth will be filled with the knowledge of salvation. So abundantly will the renewing Spirit of God have crowned with success the intensely active agencies that the light of present truth will be seen flashing everywhere. The title again, When the Loud Cry Sounds. So, if you're familiar with the day of Pentecost, which is the day the disciples received the Holy Spirit, known as the former rain, and they all went out preaching, speaking, teaching in tongues, preaching in tongues. Now, in tongues means in other languages, languages unknown to them, but they were able to speak them. So those listening could hear and understand their words. So that it would be like 10 men, let's say at Trafalgar Square in London, which is one of the main tourist attractions of London. And you've got people of all different languages there. And these 10 men receive the Holy Spirit, and each one of them starts speaking in one of 10 different languages. So each one of them is able to speak to at least 10 people in that at the area who can all understand. And these 10 guys all there, or 10 people, only know, let's say, English. And then one is preaching in French, one is preaching in Spanish, one is preaching in German, one is preaching in Dutch, and so on and so on and so forth. And none of them have been to school to learn those languages. This is what we expect to be able to do in the latter rain when the Holy Spirit visits us again. That's what happened on the day of Pentecost, and this is what we look forward to happening again. But those disciples were in the upper room for a fair number of days preparing for this. They didn't know what to expect, but they were there confessing their sins one to another, praying one for another, intercessing one for another, and basically repenting and just clearing everything that they can ever think of or was brought to mind that they need to confess. And by that time, all of them had done this, then God said, right, you're ready now. It's not the same thing, but it kind of reminds me before I got baptized, which was in 2006. I started coming to church 2005. And I went through various things to try and clear my life. 2 of those were to stop smoking and stop drinking, which I did. And when I did do those, and a fair few things I cleared up in my life. One day, when all this was cleared up, God said to me, you're now ready to get baptized. That was because I had consciously made the effort to do all these things and to clean up my life, so to speak. We all should be doing this every day. We all have something somewhere, somehow, and we need to clear it up, clear it out, and free ourselves. All of these are like ball and chains or burdens or yoke around our necks and our backs and our shoulders. And we need to get rid of them. And when we can, we will be free. And we will receive God's Spirit. And we will preach and teach. And by God's grace, meet Him up in heaven.